Hi folks, how's it going? I just wanted to talk about the Hurricane Helene and the destruction that it left across the U.S. Southeast. Now, for those of you who know me personally or who have been following my channel for a while, you know that I used to live in North Carolina. I used to live in western North Carolina in the foothills in a town called Morganton. Now, Morganton has not made like the big international or even much of the national news in the U.S., but it was affected by the storm, and so I contacted 3 of my former co-workers who I had sort of kept in touch with after I left. I left North Carolina in 2010, so that's 14 years ago now. So of course, you know, after a while you just don't have contact with people. But I contacted a few people. I heard back from 2. They're okay, and one of them told me that she had heard from the other one, the third one, that I had messaged but had not heard back from yet. So they are okay. Their families are okay. One of my friends had to couldn't for 2 days get in touch with her in-laws because they were up in Spruce Pine, which was significantly hit. One of my friends, the one that I haven't heard from yet, she lives up in Boone. I know people in Asheville. I know people in a lot of those towns and areas that were hit. I used to go to those towns like Chimney Rock. It is just devastated. It's gone. It's heartbreaking that by the time it got there, it was a tropical storm. It wasn't even a hurricane anymore. And I mean, where the most devastation was is just so far inland that, you know, who knew? 20 years ago when I first moved down there in 2004, 2 weeks before I got there, Hurricane Ivan, I think, did some pretty good damage, and Morganton was flooded, as were a lot of other areas. And I could see when I got there, the mud line was really high up, but this time it was worse. It's just more devastation, more water. It rained for a few days before the actual storm hit them, so by the time the storm got there, everything was already saturated. So they didn't have a chance. There was no way to predict what was coming. They had no way of knowing. I mean, Asheville was even recently declared like a safe haven from climate change. So everything is just gone. It's insane. I'm looking at the news, and I can't even recognize things. One, because, you know, the passage of time, it's been 14 years since I was there, but because everything has just been washed away. It's gone, and it's heartbreaking. I'm very grateful that the people I know, or that the people I know of so far, were not terribly affected. I mean, they're all affected, but they're not, as far as I know, none of their family died. Their homes are safe. Some of them still don't have power, or, you know, water and the necessities, but they're alive. I hope that more help is able to get to them soon, and I wish I could go, but I can't, because I'm poor and I can't just quit my job to go down there and help. And I don't have any skills. You know, they're looking for engineers and people who, you know, and search and rescue and stuff like that. So, you know, they need people who can help to rebuild, and I don't really have those skills, and there's a bug. So my heart is broken for the destruction there, and for the Appalachian Trail, because as you know, if you have been watching my channel for a while, I do plan to hike the Appalachian Trail. I was planning to go in 2028, and it may be now that that's when the southern portion of it reopens. The southern third of the trail is closed up to mile marker, I think 864 or something like that. So the whole south end of the trail is closed because it's impassable. You just can't get to it, and it's not going to be a priority for them to be cleaning up the trail when they have to rebuild entire towns. So I don't know what's going to happen, but probably by the time I get there, it might be better. So if anybody from North Carolina, Georgia, South Carolina, Tennessee, and Virginia and Florida are watching, I don't know why you would be, but if you are, stay strong, and I hope you're all well.